Welcome to our next tutorial, which is moving data and modifying worksheets in Excel 2010. If you want to listen to our other tutorials, just click subscribe or look under our channel or go to our website, which is www.exceltutorials.co.za. Okay. Topics in this tutorial is copying and moving data, modifying rows and columns, and inserting and modifying worksheets. In Excel, you can remove, duplicate, or move data. When you copy and paste data, you can paste the formatting, the data without the formatting, or the formula or data itself. This is useful if you don't want to retype something you want to move, and it also prevents spelling or typing errors. When you copy data, the original data is duplicated, and you have the original as well as a copy. But when you move data, the data is removed from its original location and placed in a new location. To do that, you go to the Home tab, you go to the Clipboard command group. Okay, so to copy, you select the data that you want to copy and click on the copy command. Go to the cell where you want to paste it, press cell. Okay, don't worry about the data that is actually pasted, I'll explain to you now. Another method is select the data that you want to copy, right click, click on copy, select a new cell, right click and paste. Okay, now remember, if you have a formula, like in this case, this is a formula, this is not a value itself. If you want to copy, you want to copy the data, let's say I want to paste the value, not the formula. When you go to paste, you have to say paste values. See, this is very useful if you want to paste it in a special way. The nice thing is Excel gives you a preview. Paste, because this is a formula, this formula paste will be the same because the data was originally a formula, and now this is value. If you want to, another thing is you can copy it again. Nice useful thing is link. Where's this link? See the data, it's the same as that, but it's got a link to this cell. So if this cell changes, this will change automatically. If you want to, you can use the clipboard. This is useful if you want to copy and paste several instances of data. For instance, okay, I want to copy these three names, and then I want to copy these three. See, now I can copy more than one instance of data. Let's say, okay, now I want to paste this over here, click there, click on the new cells, okay, then here. There. Please note that if you use clipboard, it only copies values, not formulas. Then if you're done, I can press clear all, or I can just say paste all. There we go. If you copy values, not formulas, very useful tool in Excel. Okay, let me just use about 4 because I don't have a lot of screen space. If you copy, another nice option is transpose. So the original data was all in one column, but I pasted it in one row. Okay. Let me see. Oh yes, cut. Cut is when you move data. So let's say I select it here. Instead of copy, I can cut. If I paste, it will move it. Okay, shortcuts, and this is something that you use very, very often. It's Ctrl C for copy and Ctrl V for paste. But Ctrl V will use the default paste, so if you copy formulas, it will paste formulas. If I only want to paste values, I have to go to specifically go to paste options, or in this case, paste special, paste values. So let's do it again. Ctrl C for copy, Ctrl V for paste, or if I want to use cut, I say Ctrl X instead of Ctrl C, and then Ctrl V for paste. So it's Ctrl X for cut, Ctrl C for copy, and Ctrl V for paste. Another way to copy data is to use autofill. So I've got the 4 cells selected. Hover over the corner of the selected cells. You can see the cursor changes, and then just click and drag. So now I actually pasted it 2 times now. Let's say I want to just paste it once, drag it to the 4 cells, then I pasted it. Excel allows you to add rows or columns if you need to add missing data. You can in the same way delete rows and columns. To do that, let me close clipboard first. There we go. To do that, I go to the Home tab again and the Cells command group. If I want to add a row, click on any cell and it will add a row to the left of it. So I go to this Insert and say Insert Columns. I'm sorry, column to the left of it. And row will be to the bottom. There we go. Okay, let me just undo that. Or I can select the whole column and it will insert column to the left of it. And the same for a row. Insert row. Okay, shortcut for that is select the column, right click, insert. Same applies for the row, insert. If I want to add more than one row, I select more than one row. Or delete. Delete works exactly the same way as insert. Very nice feature of Excel is, let's say you can see this cell as a formula. Let's see this one as well. Okay. If I insert the cell here, now obviously the coordinates of this cell changes, but the formula will automatically pick up that I inserted a column there, so it changed the formula. Notice that there's B3, select, delete. Now it's A3. So that is how you insert and delete rows and columns. Aside from inserting and deleting rows and columns, you can modify the size of the cells or adjust the height of a row or width of a column. And you can hide and unhide the cells as you require. To change the width, you select the cell, select the column then you use Format. Column width, you can see it's 13.71, I'm going to change to 20, you can see it changes. Or I can ask Excel to auto-fit column width for me. Or I can select the column and I can move to the edge of the column, you can see the cursor changes and I can double click. Or I can just click and drag. You can see there the number or the width of the cell of the column changes. Change it to 12 because 12 is a good one, so let me do that. There we go. What I can also do is I can select all the cells in the sheet and I can just double click on any column and it will auto fit all of the columns for me. I'll do that. And the same applies for the rows, but they are already auto fitted. To hide it, because for instance, let's say you have got formulas and those cells you want to hide, but you don't want it to have an impact on the other cells. You can do that in several ways. To do that, you can go to Format, Hide and Unhide, say Hide Columns. To do the same, or to unhide it, you can go to Unhide Columns. So, if you want, let me show you when I hide a few rows. Here we go. You can see there the grey line is a little bit thicker than the other ones, and you can see the numbering 3, 4, 8. So just make sure that you select over it, and then you can unhide it. Yes, that is it. Inserting and modifying worksheets. You can organize worksheets in many different ways. You can add, delete, rename, color code, or change the order between your worksheets. Or you can copy from one workbook to another. Okay, when you open a new Excel file, let me show you. You'll see it opens 3 worksheets by default. You can change it in Excel if you want to. File, options, include this many sheets, 3. You can make it more. I usually just keep it 3. Okay, I'm not going to use this, I'm going to use this as an example. Okay, to add worksheets, you can move to the last sheet in the workbook, click on this icon, insert new sheet. Another method is go to insert sheet in your cells command group. Or you can right click here and click on insert. It will show you a worksheet and say okay. That's a pretty long method. The quickest way is click on this or use this. To delete is the same. Click on the sheet that you want to delete, delete sheet, or right click, delete. If you want to add multiple sheets, click on any sheet, hold shift, click on the 3rd or the 4th, go to insert sheet. See sheet 12, 13, 14, 15. If I want to delete, shift click, right click, and delete. Okay, the color here, as you've seen, I've already changed the color. If you want to change the color of the sheets, right click, tab color, like this, dark red, or another method is format, tab color, and I want to make it orange. Here we go. To rename the sheets, right click, click on rename. Okay, I already have a rename 2, so I can rename 3. Or you can click on this, on the sheet, format, rename sheet, and I'm just going to make it rename. There we go. To change your order, click on any sheet, drag it to where you want to. Or you can right click, move or copy, tell me to move it here. Here we go. Or again, you can go to format, move or copy. Now if you want to move it to a new workbook, you have to change it here to say new workbook. If you want to keep the original sheet in the workbook, just make sure you tick this. If you don't tick it, the original will also be moved. So just make sure you click that. There we go. It's on the new workbook.